What are we called? What's our podcast called?
Spencer and Tyler,
The fucking Bro Room Podcast.
the Bro Room Podcast. We are in my room.
I'm in my bro's room. Welcome to the Bro Room Podcast. I'm Spence.
This
That's Ty.
Yeah, I'm Tyler. That name might not stick, but oh well.
Tyler, you're going to change your name?
Yeah.
Yeah, so today we're talking about the creative process and how to take an idea from its inception and complete it into a finished product. So, Tyler, for you, your product is films and videos.
Yep.
So, one thing that I find myself struggling with, and I've noticed it among a lot of creatives, is that initial spark that gets your idea going. Okay, maybe you're inspired by a song or something that you saw, something, whatever it is. How do you get that into a tangible idea for a product that you want to finish?
I feel like for myself, there's multiple ways to do it. My brain straight up goes to two things that I've made recently, or I mean, not super recently, but in the past 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And I made this video called Alone in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And legitimately, my idea, when I came up with the idea that I was going to just shoot in Los Angeles on a Friday.
Yeah, okay.
Go to bed that night, wake up the next morning, it's pouring rain. I was actually feeling really sad and was kind of doubting myself. I was like, I don't think I'm going to go out and shoot today. It's raining. It's gloomy. I'm not going to get cool shots. I decided, fuck it. I'm going to go out shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I went out and shot by myself. I drove to the Hollywood sign. I drove to Runyon Canyon. I drove to Santa Monica Piers and stopped a few different places in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I literally just went to these spots by myself. Got a bunch of shots. I probably got like 75 shots. Just nice symmetry, some cool motion. I was shooting a lot of slow motion too. And then I got home that night. I was kind of drenched because it was raining all day. And decided, you know what, I'm going to wait a second before I started editing this. But I'm going to make something. I kind of forced myself to. I was like, I said I'm going to make something today. I'm going to make it. So I forced myself to make it. So I took a shower, relaxed for a second, sat down at my computer and started editing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just started putting clips into a video. And I was like, damn, I'm really sad right now. I'm really sad right now. So I was looking at the footage and I was like, I'm going to play some sad music. Started playing some sad music and I was like, all right, it's kind of a vibe. Decided to put one of the sad songs that I heard into the timeline.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this is perfect. Literally, doesn't always happen that way, but it was literally the first song I chose. I had people surprisingly reach out to me saying like, bro, I never thought I would feel emotion by seeing a wave. I was like, what?
That's funny.
Like A-Rod DM'd me that.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious.
That's funny, man. Well, so it sounds like in this example, you had the idea to just, like you said, go out and shoot something, and then you basically got to a point where you just, like, forced yourself to do it, and then it kind of took on a life of its own, as in, like, no, like, today you're feeling sad and somber, so that's what is going to happen. But maybe you didn't initially set out to express that.
Oh, 100%. I honestly wanted to make something more Sunkissed vibe. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted to make something super high energy, have crazy effects, like
Mm-hmm.
put some shit in the sky and like cool transitions.
Yeah.
And
Just the day
literally,
changed
yeah.
your whole emotion about it.
Yeah, straight up. In the morning, I was like, you know, fuck it. I'm not going to go shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, I just was like, no, I need to make something. You have to make something.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's such a huge point, is when you make that agreement with yourself that says, I don't care what it is, I want to make something to the best of my ability in this moment.
100%.
And I think when we did the whole YouTube exercise,
Yeah.
that is the biggest takeaway that I had from it, is like when I force myself to do that, good things happen.
Yeah, the 14 videos in 14 weeks.
Yep, absolutely.
Bro, to be honest, I think 2 or 3 videos in there that are some of my favorite stuff that I've made.
I think that highlights probably the most important point that I could get across from this video about the creative process is like you start off with a goal and you say, okay, I don't maybe necessarily know exactly what it's going to look like, but I want to complete a video.
That's
I
it.
want to complete this. And that's it. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah,
It's
even if a curveball is thrown to you,
Yep.
you have to just stick it out. Just be like,
Exactly.
yo, I'm going to do this. What about you in music? How do you find inspiration to create a song or even just write a song?
To write, and that's always where it starts for me. Well, I shouldn't say always, but usually where it starts is in pen to pad, and maybe I'll come up with something on the guitar, just because that instrument comes most naturally to me. But it always comes from something that I'm experiencing in my life. A video that has really inspired me lately is Let the Beat Build by Nile. I don't know if you've ever seen that video, but it's a one take, and they all start, and it's just, they're all sitting in class, and this girl sitting in the front row just starts singing. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then little by little, everybody picks up. Everybody starts to add their own little thing. So the next person's like, yeah, yeah. And then somebody starts snapping. And then the bass comes in, and just little by little, that builds up. So that's something that has been inspiring me lately. And I can use that inspiration to kind of create something of my own to kind of mirror that or mimic that, right? And then from there, for me, it literally takes on a life of its own. So I'll start off with writing some lyrics or something first, and then I'll start to fill the gaps with my guitar. And then once I have the words and the guitar pretty much down to like, I'd say like 80%, 85%, then I'll take it into Pro Tools and like actually lay that guitar down. And then I'll start to build around it. Okay, what comes next? It needs a little bass maybe. How about some claps? And then I could like either record it through a microphone or use my sound library. And then it's just, for me, dude, it's literally piece by piece. And the inspiration always comes from something that's either real life experience or something that I've seen that is a reflection of someone else's real life experience.
Do you have anything off the top of your head that you've written in the past week that you could spit on the mic right now?
In the past week?
Or anything that you've written that you know off the top of your dome that you could spit that's not like, damn, I just forgot the name of the song. That's not the song that you and Nick are going to release.
Yeah, I mean, I actually just recently recorded Gotta Get It into that microphone right there. It's
Let's get it.
by me and my boy Jeff. But so, it's like, let me hear it. Gotta get it, gotta really go and get it now. Gotta get it, gotta really go and get it, yeah. I gotta get it, like it's my drug. When I say I need it, I'm a fiend for the love. You could call me the plug. What you need, I have it. And I ain't no addict, but I'm high like the addict getting views of the universe. My mind's so sporadic. Used to think we were cursed till we had a chance, then we grabbed it. Yeah, we grabbed it. Negativity subtracted. Call me Pythagoras. I change mathematics. I stay on my hustle. Any place on the atlas. Moon rocks and rubble like I space out the planets. In my life, yeah, there's trouble, but I swear that I can handle it. My eyes are like the Hubble. Crystal clear from the vantage point blank. But it's light years away. I'm a time traveler, so I can't stay stuck in a cycle with people stuck in their ways. I had to escape and let nature take over.
That's dope.
Hell yeah. That's
Where did that come from?
So that came from a time when I actually let's rewind to the day that I met Jeff, who is Jason, JSN, shout out.
In Pueblo, right?
Yeah, in Pueblo. That when I met him, I met him at the skate park, and we just like gravitated towards each other. Like, I don't even know what it was. He's just like a real friendly dude. I'm pretty friendly and outgoing as well. And him and I just like, we were skating together, dude. Like, I did not even think anything of him as like other than like, hey, this dude's cool. This guy's tight. And then we just get to talking, conversating, and then he shows me this video. He's like, yo, bro, check this out. This is a rap I recorded. And I was like, listening to it, watching it. I'm like, yo, this shit is dope. And he starts putting on instrumentals, and me and him both start freestyling. And I've kind of told you, like, I don't think of myself as a rapper primarily. Like, I can rap, sure, but I always like to say I'm not a rapper. I just rhyme a lot. And Jeff just like, this dude's a rapper, bro. Like, this man, he's got it like this. I mean, I've been in studio sessions with him for like 2 hours. He's standing up on the mic freestyling, and we're just passing the raps around the room, but he stays standing the whole time. I mean, this dude is, you know, he's in the military, so he has that discipline instilled in him, and that, like, you know, I'm not going to quit until I can't move my feet no more type of mentality. And I really respect that about him. Where that song came from, though. He came over to my house, and we're chilling in the studio, and he would always come over with a YouTube beat that he liked. And he goes, Spence, I want to record our own beat this time. Let's make our own beat. I was like, tight. I'm way down. And so he had this piano thing. I think it was from a Drake song. And he's like, man, what if I played it backwards or upside down?
Wait, what?
So it's like a 3-chord thing.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, what if I played it backwards? And so that's where it came from. So it's a Drake song basically turned backwards. That's like the main piano riff.
That's
and
sick.
I was like, all right, tight. And then, like, I'm really good with music and music theory. So I looked at it and I was like, okay, what are the chords? F, E, D, I think. I can't remember off the top.
It's all
Anyway,
good.
I looked at the chords and I was like, oh yeah, I could play that. And then I fucking grabbed the guitar, laid them down very simply. And then little by little, we added like a few little extra elements. We added some horns, and then we added this little like space synth thing. And then I got the idea to put crickets in the background, because it was like, it had that real like nostalgic, like looking up at the night sky kind of feel to me. And that's really what I wanted to feel like for the listener, is like, the sounds that you hear in that song is like, it's like me writing in my notebook late at night when I'm like by myself. And then Jeff comes into my life and he tells me like, yo, bro, we got to get it, because we got it, but now it's the time to get it. And that's where I take the chorus from of that song. And then like my verse is just at least the first verse, a reflection of looking up at the sky and like having those thoughts of like, man, I got to get it, and these are the reasons why. And then on the back half, the second verse is like, they used to tell me I was wrong, and like I've been doubted just in various different things in life, and I can't live by anybody else's opinion of me. I can't go just because I've been doubted for this. I can't allow that to define me. And so that's where the second verse came from, at least for mine personally, and I'm sure Jeff could elaborate more on what his verses mean to him. But
That's sick.
That's where it's at, yeah.
With your creative process, is there anything that you're working on to continually grow it and strengthen it for your future?
A big one for me is just like reading and listening. If I can become a better reader and listener, that will make me a better speaker and communicator through the music. And then, yeah, like I mentioned earlier, a big part of my focus right now moving forward is mixing and beat making, because I think I'm really good at writing lyrics. And I think I'm pretty good at coming up with melodies and harmonies and chords and stuff.
Yeah.
But then having all those pieces, making them cohesive and making them the right sounds too. I think that is something that's super important, and I don't want to say overlooked by people, but I just think that a lot of people have the right melodies and harmonies and stuff, but they don't always choose the right sounds to make those, you know? So as my good friend Nick would say, how do we fill up the cup? Picture the sound as like a coffee cup. Down here's bass, mids, trebles. How do we fill that up? So that's really where my biggest focus is right now, is learning how to fill the cup the right way. But Ty, I wanted to ask you the same thing. So what are you most focused on to improve yourself as a creative moving forward?
See, right now, I'm really I'm really focused on mastering the tools that I'm working with right now. And I mean, I've been working in like the Adobe suite for the past 3.5 years. I'm really good at everything Premiere. Like I can edit quick. I know the ins and outs of it. I mean, there's a few things I probably can improve at in Premiere. But those little improvements aren't going to change the game for me. What's really going to change everything for me is mastering After Effects. Like I know how to use it. I know the basic tools and everything. I've gotten a bunch of plugins for it, and it's really I'm really focused on mastering the interface for those plugins, because those plugins, not everyone can afford. Not everyone even knows what they are. So I feel like mastering that is going to increase my ability to do things, which is going to set my creative process apart from others. You want to finish this thing off?
Yeah, hey, appreciate you guys. I'm looking at myself now.
It's okay.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope you got some kind of value out of this podcast, and we're not just, rubbing our own egos. But remember to like, share, and subscribe with all your friends. You can find my videos at Spence Deasy on YouTube.
Yeah, and you can find mine where this is going to be at Tylor Klipfel. I mean, we record a bunch of podcasts for other people, so we figured
Why not do our own?
Yeah, we have the gear. Why not do our own? Let's test the waters.
I mean, this is something that you may see more of. We might actually start doing a weekly podcast. We just have to really do the proper pre-production, because that's if I could leave you with one more thing, pre-production is so important.
Yeah.
So fucking important. You should know what you want before you go and do it. Okay? You really should. Especially on a podcast, show up prepared.
100%. And I'm sure this podcast was kind of iffy at points, but it's podcast number 1.
And we winged it.
So we didn't take our own advice. You should take our advice.
Don't be like us. Do what we say, not what we do. And live your dreams, man.
Yeah. Peace
That's all
out.
I got.
That's good.